What's going on, friends? My name is Alexander Ayling. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm working with Visit California, taking an epic road trip through Central California with my wife and my 5-month-old daughter. It's going to be an incredible trip, starting in the Santa Ynez Valley, going to Santa Maria, and ending here in beautiful Pismo Beach. So stay tuned. We're starting things off in the Santa Ynez Valley. Located just 45 minutes north of Santa Barbara, it's a rustic, beautiful corner of California, known for its world-class wineries, cowboy charm, and superb cuisine. We're spending the next 2 days visiting the towns of Buellton, Solvang, and Santa Ynez. So let's get into it. All right, friends, first stop on the Central California road trip. We are in Buellton, and behind me is the restaurant Industrial Eats. It's located in a converted industrial building. The food is supposed to be delicious, wood-fired pizzas, and lots of different unique local foods. Let's go check it out. It'd be easy to accidentally miss this restaurant if you didn't know where to look, but the kitchen in this converted industrial building is cranking out some incredibly delicious food, packing a culinary punch way above its casual vibe. Their pizzas were delicious, but we had to boogie because we had a date with some feathered friends just down the road. All right, well, we're just down the road at Ostrich Land, USA, and we're gonna feed this bad boy. Let's go. I've never fed an ostrich before, but why not do it in Buellton, California? Let's give it a shot.
Are you ready to see some ostriches?
So we're at Ostrich Land in Buellton, California, and I'm about to feed some emus. This is very Dr. Seuss.
Here we have an emu, native to Australia, much more civilized than an ostrich. Much better table manners.
After a quick stop to feed the largest birds in the world, we continued down the road to the beautiful town of Santa Ynez. It's been an eventful afternoon, but we have checked into our hotel, the Genevieve in Santa Ynez. It is stunningly beautiful Victorian style building, totally modern, but with that old school flair. And we're in this super nice room, 2 nice big beds, AC's on, a bottle of cold local bubbly on ice, a jacuzzi bath, and a steam room shower. Both of those are gonna be getting used later tonight. And we have a reservation for dinner at the restaurant downstairs in 2 hours. So Carrie's back there nursing Eliana. It's Eliana's dinner time. It's super relaxing in here. It's the perfect temperature. Eliana has been a little trooper adventuring today, driving. Been a couple hours in the car. We came up from LA, and it's nice to just be checked in, have our stuff here. We're gonna have a glass of champagne once Carrie's finished nursing and Eliana's taken a nap, and then we'll go have a delicious dinner. Our dinner reservation is in 5 minutes, but we gotta get a baby to sleep first. And then we're gonna put her in the car seat and take her with us to dinner, so. Okay, so we've ordered local seafood, a bunch of starters. The menu looks really great, and it has locally sourced food as well as a lot of local wines. So we're going to do a little wine tasting of 2 different varietals here from Santa Rita Hills and from Santa Ynez Valley. And we're also going to do some local seafood, ceviche, tostada starter, some grilled oysters, and a whipped feta and tahini with stone fruit, pistachio, and a crostini. So, and that's just the start. Falling asleep, hopefully. Having fun?
Yeah, so nice.
just like warm, and chewy. The bottom's cold and so good. It was a great night's sleep. Incredible meal last night at the Victor, which is literally just through here, and our hotel, the Genevieve, is right behind us. We had a fantastic night's sleep. Eliana slept really well too. And now it's the next morning. It's day 2 of our Central California road trip. And we're gonna head over to Solvang, which is a super unique town. And I can't wait to tell you more about it over there. Let's go. Solvang, nicknamed the Danish capital of the USA, was founded in 1911 by a group of Danish Americans seeking to create a community that reflected their cultural values and still has a quaint European atmosphere that really makes it stand out. The town is full of great cafes and bakeries, so we popped into one of the original bakeries, still doing things the old-fashioned way, the Danish Mill Bakery. Quick facts about the Danish Mill Bakery. It was opened in 1960. The original owner and founder got his baking degree in 1931, and this is the only bakery outside of Denmark to be a member of the BKD, the Danish Bakers and Confectionery Guild. There's a lot of different dishes that they're famous for. Most of them contain marzipan. Marzipan is basically an almond paste.
She said that they gave us a little collection of their most famous items. So I'm gonna try this out first, and we're gonna just find out together what's inside. That is so good.
You're probably asking yourself, why is there a Danish town in the middle of California? Well, the name Solvang means sunny fields in Danish, and in 1911, a group of Danish Americans purchased 9,000 acres of land from the former Janata Ranch. They went about building a Danish church, a folk school, as well as a Danish college, and took a bunch of initiatives to promote and preserve Danish culture here in Solvang. Nowadays, very few residents still speak Danish, but that Danish cultural heritage is still felt anywhere you go here in Solvang. It's not often I go straight from coffee and pastries right into a wine tasting, but when you're in the Santa Ynez Valley, surrounded by so many incredible vineyards, and the baby's taking a nap, you get to take advantage of that. Also, our hotel, the Genevieve, it comes with this little tasting passport, which gets you complimentary tastings and discounted tastings at a ton of local wineries. So this is our first one, Lucas and Llewellyn. They have 3 different vineyards, all within 40 minutes of Solvang. And we're starting things off with a white wine tasting menu and a little bit of Chardonnay. Life is good.
You can add cheese pairing for $15, which I think is so good because I don't know about anybody else, but for me, when I'm sipping wine, I want to be also eating something with it.
Nibbling.
Nibbling.
We just finished a lovely little local wine tasting at Lucas and Llewellyn, but I think we need to go a little bit further back in time. The Santa Ynez mission was built in 1804, the 19th of 21 missions built by Spanish missionaries across California from the late 1700s into the early 1800s. Each mission, strategically placed about a day's journey apart, served as a religious, agricultural, and economic center, significantly impacting the native peoples and shaping the development of California. In fact, it was the Spanish missionaries who first brought grapes to the region, planting the seeds for the development of a future world-renowned wine region. I don't know if it's coincidence or not. I think it's fate. I can hear Hotel California playing across the street. And this part of California always requires little imagination for that song to hit home. I always kind of feel like when I come to Central California, especially the Santa Ynez Valley, that Hotel California was written about this part of the great Golden State. So right now I'm in Santa Ynez. The Genevieve Hotel is just around the corner. Carrie and Eliana are just hanging out, nursing and napping. I'm heading down to a local coffee shop to pick up a nice early afternoon coffee. But behind me is the Santa Ynez Historical Museum and Carriage House. So it's closed today, unfortunately, but it is the largest collection of horse-drawn carriages west of the Mississippi. But I think this is actually a good opportunity to talk a little bit about the history of Santa Ynez proper, the Santa Ynez town. Just across the road is the Chumash Native American Reservation. They have a resort there. The Chumash, the indigenous population here, the people who lived here before the Spanish arrived, before the Americans came. Chumash has been here for a very long time, and all the way out in the Channel Islands, this whole central coastal area was Chumash territory, and they are still right there. But the city of Santa Ynez actually kind of has an interesting history. In the late 1800s, the land was purchased off of the church from a previous Mexican land grant. That land was released, and people started buying land here in town and in the surrounding areas for like $6 to $15 an acre. So obviously property value has gone up a lot around here, but back then it was pretty affordable. And they wanted Santa Ynez to be much bigger than it is actually today. The Southern Pacific Railroad was supposed to come right through here. They built up the land, selling a lot of plots here in town to try to develop and make it appealing for the railroad to stop there. Unfortunately for Santa Ynez, but I think fortunately later down the road, the railroad actually skirted Santa Ynez. It did not come to town here, and so Santa Ynez remained a sleepy little village. And I actually love that now because it has this main street, all these old kind of Western style buildings, and it's just quaint and beautiful. Incredible food, incredible wineries all around here, and such a wonderful place to visit. So I'm kind of glad that the railroad did skirt Santa Ynez and that their big dreams of this being a much larger metropolis never actually came true. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Good morning, friends. It's a beautiful day. It's been a little bit busy this morning. We packed up all the stuff, loaded the car, and left the Santa Ynez Valley. Had a quick breakfast in the old oil boom town of Orcutt. Really tasty home style breakfast at Kay's Country Kitchen. And now we are right next to the coast in Oso Flaco Lake. So this is a really interesting part of the California coast. Highly productive agricultural land, strawberries galore being grown in this region. We're actually just butting up against a massive strawberry farm, but behind me in this direction is this beautiful lake, Oso Flaco, which means skinny bear because back in the 1700s when the first Spanish came through this region, they shared a meal of a skinny bear. There are still black bears in this region, and this lake actually butts right up against the Oceano dunes. There's tons of massive sand dunes, so this area is super popular with quad bikes and dune buggies and all that sort of fun, fast outdoor activity. But we're gonna go take things a little slower. We're going on a hike. We're gonna go on a little walk out to the water and see if we can't see any wildlife. There are black bears in the region. Mountain lion has been spotted here. We don't want to meet him or her, and lots of different waterfowl. So let's go for a walk. Let's see what we find. Regreso Cocina. It's the next stop on our road trip. About 15 minutes from Oso Flaco Lake. It's avant-garde Mexican food. There's a lot of delicious stuff on the menu and we're hungry. We ordered some barbacoa taquitos to start things off, a crispy fish taco, red snapper, and their famous enchilada, which is a chili verde enchilada. It's gonna be delicious.
I am very excited for my chili verde taco, the enchilada blanca. She said that it's one of their specialties, and it sounds really good.
You said taco,
Oh.
but it's an enchilada. Well, I don't know. Okay, an enchilada taco.
Something like it's under tacos.
Okay, it was under tacos.
We'll find out.
This is the Dana Adobe, and this is from the 1840s. It is a restored historical building. This is what a Mexican Alta California era homestead would look like. And we're getting a private personal tour from Jim, who's the director of the board here, and it's incredible to get a glimpse into what life would have been like here in the 1840s. But this building has been beautifully restored, and let's go inside and take a look. So what exactly is an adobe house? Well, adobe is a mixture of mud and straw that's dried in the sun and used to create bricks. It was a traditional style of building, still used in many parts of the world. The Dana adobe was owned by the Mexican-American Dana family and is a fascinating spot to visit to get a sense of what life was like in California in the early 1800s.
Wow. We can take this down if you want to get closer. This is obviously the master bedroom. They built this for her because the youngest one, the first child was like 20. Maria was Santa Carrillo.
Oh.
The Carrillos and her father.
Oh, that bed.
Wow.
So cool.
Wow, look at the headboard. You know, one thing that I think people may not really realize about California is this history of the Californio culture, right? The culture that existed before California became part of the United States, when California was a part of Mexico, and before that, a part of Spain. And there's this mixing of cultures between the European heritage and the pre-existing Native American heritage. And it kind of all blends together in this really unique, really cool culture that didn't exist really anywhere else. So coming to a place like this is a great way to get like a visceral introduction when you're literally walking through the rooms where these families, huge families, 21 children born for Don Guillermo, 13 made it to adulthood, really big families and really big properties. This homestead was at the center of an almost 40,000 acre property, and it was all built around cattle. And even today, like when you're driving through a lot of the regions that we've been in for this road trip, you'll see there's tons of cows, there's tons of cattle. It's great cattle country, but I've just learned that the reason there were so many cows was because of tallow. And tallow is basically rendered animal fat. It is a really useful product. It's still used all over the world. You can make candles with it, you can make soap with it. That's what the economy was here in coastal California. It's fascinating to come to places like this, and it's definitely worth a stop and get a little bit of a better idea of what was here before. After a quick drive up the 101, we arrived to Pismo Beach, where we checked into our beautiful hotel, the inn at the pier, before grabbing a delicious dinner at a local favorite Italian restaurant and turning in for an early night. We had a big day ahead of us. Walking right out of the hotel, right around the corner to the beach. Let's go surf. Good morning, friends. It's been actually a great morning so far. Started things off with coffee. First sip. Oh, we got the salty nut latte. It's got pistachio in it. It's good. Donut on the pier. Then a surf. And now we are at the Pismo Preserve. There's over 900 acres of conservation land here, all connected with many, many miles of trails. It's a great place to go for a hike, go for a trail run, go for a mountain bike. You have these incredible ocean views all the way down the coast. Really good way to kick things off, get outside, get active, and continue to work up an appetite for a good lunch. So let's go. Pretty sure that we're seeing humpbacks out here. It has been such a great day so far. Carrie and I were just saying how much we love the temperature here right now is perfect. It's like offshore, there's a big fog bank because the ocean's colder here and it's very rich, it's nutrient rich, hence all of the whales and the seabirds and all of the life in the ocean here. But the temperature has been perfect. It's like the fog is like fighting the warm inland air, and right here it's like a perfect 70, 75 degrees, cool ocean breeze, and it couldn't be a better day in Pismo Beach. We spent the rest of the afternoon relaxing at the beach and chilling at the hotel, letting Eliana nap and enjoying the view before getting ready for a delicious dinner at a unique restaurant. It's dinner time. I had a second surf, and it's been a fantastic day here in Pismo. And I didn't think it could get better until we got here. We're at Ventana Grill, and it's perched on this cliff overlooking an incredible coastline. So many pelicans. I've never seen this many pelicans like in one place in my life. There's just a huge pelican colony here. But just what a spot. Literally whales breaching, birds flying, and tortillas grilling. This is supposedly a really good Mexican restaurant, and I'm hungry and excited for dinner, so let's get inside and get ordered. Well, friends, there you have it. It's been 4 incredible days here in Central California, and this trip has just solidified the feeling of love that I have, especially for this part of California, for all of California as a whole, but Central California is special. There's something about this coastline, the hills, the soil that really brings it all together. You have world-class wineries, incredible cuisine. Then you come out to the coast, you have stunning coastline, incredible fisheries, fresh seafood, surf, whales, dolphins, pelicans, seagulls. Honestly, this is the perfect blend of surf and turf, And it's an incredible road trip that was really easy to do. If you're planning a trip to California, or if you live in California and you're looking for like a perfect weekend getaway or short vacation, this is the trip. And once again, a huge thank you to Visit California for making this trip possible. Hey, don't go anywhere. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you watch my California Best Destinations video. It's linked right here. And don't forget to subscribe.